can see when you get to be 100 people, and we were then 40 million, it was going to get more and more difficult just sort of inculcating that into all the people as they came in. Because we had a big group of people in San Francisco, we had, of course, the people in Fort Washington, just sort of the tech and operations group, and the people in New York. But we, I say this to people, I think that, I'll see guys on the street regularly, people on the street, and I'm involved in some of the companies that these people have gone to. We had an unbelievable spirit and camaraderie at the place. And we all had a great time together. And it was a great place to work.
So we have about 5 minutes. I'm going to go 5 more minutes, and then we're going to open it up for questions. I do want to get us out of here on time.
Who's winning?
Bartek, can you find out who's winning? But I did want to talk a little bit about the acquisition or the process. So you get a very attractive term sheet from a VC at $150+ million or somewhere around that to raise $30 million, and you're starting to show some of the metrics to go public. And without a public market entry opportunity.
Right. Yeah. No, in fact, Dave can do this too. But basically, we topped up $7 million in January. Just follow these numbers now. In January of 2007, and Javier Cruz, who remains a close friend of mine and a lovely guy, and he was a terrific board member. He said to me, "I'm putting this money in. I'm holding my nose." It was an $80 million post-money valuation because he just thought it was way too high, and recognized we had sort of done about $14 million in the network in 2006. So then, the confluence of things, basically, you've got sort of the 4 deals get done: WPP, the Google DoubleClick deal, Aquana, Microsoft, and right near Yahoo. And our business really starts to go like this. And so we had a signed term sheet from IVP to put $30 million in the company, and $170 million post 5 months later. 170 million pre 5 months later in May. And so I think I'd say this. I don't think we were. What we said to IVP is, hey, look, there may be somebody that wants to take $10 million of this as a strategic investor. And we made this very short list, and sort of Dave tackled 10, 7 or 8. I tackled 7 or 8, and we went on the road to be with them.
Well, I think one of the critical things, and this is where having the right people around the table, one of our personal investors in the very beginning was Nancy Perritzman of Allen Company. I mean, she did it individually because she believed. And she said, look, when you do this, this is great you're taking this money, but she said, my counsel to you is that you're either going to have you have a chance for an exit right now, or you just get ready for the next 3 years. And she said the reason is because entrepreneurs think they sell their businesses against their own 5-year plan. She said you don't. You sell them against your buyer's 5-year plan. And she said right now, as far as I can tell, there's only 4 companies that would pay a premium for your company: Google, Microsoft, AOL, and Yahoo. The more traditional media companies, she said, aren't going to understand behavioral targeting or leverage for a couple of years. And she said, the problem is, I don't think there'll be 4 of these companies around in another year. And she said, you can assume at any time you want to sell a company that half of your potential acquirers are going to be distracted by something else. So she said, that means at best you're going to have 2, and more likely you only have 1 if you don't. But she said, right now, let's say you walk by these companies and say, do you want to participate for another $10 million on this investment? If any of them want to make a move, they'll let you know. She said, probably if there's interest, half of them will, and you should see. And it happened very quickly.
Oh, yeah, because basically...
In days. I mean, we had in days, we were back and forth. And
within sort of 7 weeks of taking the first meeting, ostensibly to take a strategic investment, we had a signed letter of intent.